Sometimes it feels like your primary race is a contest to see who can blame Donald Trump for more things and promise to fight him harder. A question for both of you. What are some issues in Colorado that are not Donald Trump's fault and that Colorado must fix on its own without just casting blame at Trump? Mr. Bennet.
Yeah, I really disagree with your characterization of the race. And I think maybe, Kyle, it's because you're not out there in the town halls that I'm having across the state. Most of what we're talking about is the cost of living crisis that Colorado is having. Most of what we're talking about is the inability for people to be able to live the life that Susan and I lived here in Colorado. And I believe that's where the origins of Donald Trump come from. No, I don't think he's caused every single problem in Colorado or America. I think he is a symptom of the economic challenges that too many Americans and too many Coloradans are facing. That's why we need to address the housing crisis in Colorado, reduce the cost of housing, reduce the cost of childcare. By the way, we're almost the most expensive state on housing. People are spending $10,000 a year on childcare. Donald Trump didn't cause those problems. We have a healthcare system that is not providing affordable healthcare well, which is why I've proposed that Colorado have a true public option. And I want to make sure that our education system is actually preparing kids for the economy that they're inheriting. And by the way, I would also say fighting Trump is not enough. We need to elect a governor who has a vision for the future to be able to give our kids a chance at the American dream. If we don't do that, we will have failed. And that is one of the fundamental reasons why I decided to run for governor, because I didn't see a candidate with an agenda like that running in Colorado.
Thank you, Mr. Bennet. Same question to you, Mr. Weiser. Problems in Colorado, they're not Donald Trump's fault, that we must fix on our own. And if you want to take a little extra time, you're welcome to, because Mr. Bennet did as well. It's an important question.
For those who want the short version, look at the video Future. It talks about my commitment to our kids who deserve better. We had a roundtable. Cheryl Goodman was there. She's here today. She lost her son to fentanyl. So many kids are losing to gun violence and fentanyl. When I was growing up, car accidents were the #1 cause of death for young people. Not anymore. It's a distant third. Our kids deserve better. What Jason said at the roundtable, I wrote up a blog post about it. You can read. It's easier for kids, for so many, to get access to fentanyl or guns, often using social media, than a job. Think about that. I did a gun violence forum at East High School. Senator Bennet was there too. You all can watch it. We'll make sure it's on our YouTube page. Compare the specificity about my plans on gun violence prevention. Compare my commitment to oversee and regulate social media, which is harming our kids, harming their mental health. Look at my plans to scale up a mentoring program so every Colorado kid can have multiple mentors. Today, 40% have no mentors. And build a Colorado Corps, calling young people to service in teaching, nursing, firefighting, counseling, and more. We must do more for our kids. Our kids deserve better. That's my agenda that I'll be pushing
Kyle,
for.
I don't disagree with anything really that Phil was just saying, but I think it proves my point, because where Colorado is right now is that we are the 3rd most expensive state in America. Nobody can afford housing. Nobody can afford health care. Nobody can afford child care. People believe that our education system is not preparing themselves for the economy that that they're going to inherit. And these are, in my view, the fundamental issues that we face. Can Colorado be a place where middle-class families can live, where working people can live, where teachers and others can find a home here in Colorado? And if that is your agenda and that's what your concern is, I hope you'll support my campaign. It's not that the things that Phil isn't talking about aren't important, but they are not the main focus that we need to be addressing right now in our state. And frankly, the current leadership in Denver has not addressed it sufficiently.
Mr. Bennet, thank you. Mr. Weiser, do you want to take a second to respond to this idea that you're not focused on the biggest issue facing Colorado, as he describes it?
Here's what I would say. You should elect a candidate with the most comprehensive plans and the experience to get it done. You can hear Senator Bennet describe the problem again and again, but what you're not going to hear a lot of are specific plans and solutions. You're going to hear that from me, because I know our state, and I've been working with leaders across our state on the range of challenges we're facing. We need a governor who can address all of them: housing affordability, protecting our water, public safety, and more. I've got the plans and experience to lead our state as our next governor.
Mr. Weiser, thank you. We're going to move on for now. Nice
Okay,
young.
go
We've got
ahead.
a lot more ground to cover.